Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pearls of Fisdom on Nirmal Bang with me, Avan Dabash. Well, today we want to put the spotlight on the company BLS International. They're a leading provider of visa, passport, consular, citizen, and other services for client governments across the world and has a strong reach. Not just that, there's been an impressive growth as well in the stock price over the last 1 year. There have been a lot of acquisitions, strong financial performances, as well as expansion of their digital offerings and enhanced value-added services. And that's what we want to talk about today. So let's welcome on board then none other than Shikhar Aggarwal, who's a Joint Managing Director at BLS International Services. Thank you so much for taking time out. There's really so much to discuss, so let's try and squeeze it all in. Now, we understand that you have acquired 100% stake in iData, which is a Turkey-based visa services provider. Tell us a little bit more about how the funding has been done in terms of your internal accruals, debt, and basis this, what does it bring to the table for the company?
Yes, thank you. As you know, BLS International has been on a growth trajectory. And last year as well, we did a EBIT of around 350 crores as BLS International. So we've really, year before we did 200 crores of EBITDA. So we grew 60%. So we have been focusing on both organic and inorganic growth perspectives. So inorganically, one of the things that came into our mind was one of the regional players, iData. We've been discussing with that company for last couple of months. We did due diligence. I think it made a very good strategic sense for us. This company did a EBITDA of 150 crores last year, in calendar year 2023. So we acquired that company at around 720 crores. Most of the money was paid from internal accruals, and we took a small debt also to fund that acquisition. So we feel the synergistic opportunities are immense. This company is present in 15 countries. They work with multiple governments like Germany, Italy, Czech Republic, and also the US government. So I feel we can combine our offices in certain geographies, which will lead to economies of scale and increase in profits and decrease in cost for the combined entity.
Okay, so on the basis of this, what does that leave your overall, position when it comes to your revenue projections from this? And how this will really add to your overall value offerings?
See, as I spoke last year, we did a EBITDA of around 350 crores and a revenue of around 1700 crores in BLS International. This company that we are acquiring did a revenue of around 300 crores last year and an EBITDA of around 145 or 150 crores. So that will definitely get added to our books. I think probably we'll get 9 months of the financials of that company, or we acquired it as of 9th of July. So probably post 9th of July, the numbers should get consolidated. But on top of that, we see good growth coming in from an organic point of view from BLS International itself. In visa outsourcing, we have won a few contracts with different governments in the last 6-8 months that we are deploying. Certain geographies which were closed last year or not fully opened up have opened up now, including China. So we see good volume growth and good revenue growth from those geographies. So we see good growth coming in BLS International as a whole. This year, if you also see in our subsidiary BLS E-Services that we listed in January, we also acquired another company called Artifilis Loan Solutions. So that also numbers will get added. So on a combined level, we see a good growth coming in BLS International.
Okay, that sounds pretty, promising. Now, let's just understand a little bit more about the business in terms of your total revenue. I understand that the large lion's share comes from global visa and consular services, and about 19 to 20% from digital services like e-governance and banking and correspondence services. Tell us a little bit more about how these streams are faring for you, and will the revenue share remain the same?
So definitely, I need to check the exact revenue. As of, I think 75 to 80% comes from visa consular services, and rest comes from e-services. So definitely, the visa consular service business is at a higher EBITDA margins. On a combined level, we did an EBITDA margin of 21%, and e-services we do a margin of around 15%. So definitely, the margins and visa consular business as of now is more, but we expect the margins also to grow from e-service business. So we expect growth coming in both the businesses, visa consular and e-service business, both of them to grow at their own trajectory. So the revenue mix in the short duration might change, but in the longer term, we expect growth coming in from both the businesses. So the revenue mix should retain the same.
Okay, fair enough. So, I mean, if we were to just scratch that a little bit more, can you give us a sense as to what we can expect in terms of your PAT CAGR over the next couple years, and what we can expect as well in terms of the kind of margin improvement that you could clock in? About 25% is what we can expect.
See, definitely margins, we were doing a combined margins of 15% last year, and then this financial year end we did a 21% EBITDA margin, and definitely we expect a further increase of 400 to 500 basis points or even more than that coming in this year. So there could be a good margin increase in EBITDA percentages. And if you see the numbers that we've been growing, we did EBITDA of 100 crores, then we did 200 crores. Last year we did 350 crores. So this year also we expect to maintain the growth momentum. And definitely, there is no percentage that I can give that we will grow with that. But in the next few years, if you look at the opportunities, organically, our operations are getting streamlined. Globally, numbers are increasing. Revenue per application is increasing. So definitely, there's a big scope in organic growth. We are bidding in multiple contracts and tenders with different governments, which we hope to win. Inorganically, we just acquired this company, iData. There is a further growth even in that business expected. Those numbers will get consolidated. So definitely, if you see all the factors, in the next couple of years, we see major growth coming in BLS International.
And let's discuss the value-added services, because you're really focusing on that. Tell us about how that has grown and how do you expect it to grow and bolster your overall revenue picture in the long haul.
See, definitely, the contracts that we work with, be it e-services or BLS International, they are exclusive contracts wherein people come to our offices for attaining certain government services. And then for the convenience of the applicants, we offer different kind of services like travel insurances or courier services or mobile biometric, wherein you have to visit our centers. And at the convenience of the applicant, if they opt for these services, definitely it is a value add even for us and even for the applicants. So it is a convenient service. And after COVID, we have been seeing an increase, trend in conversion of these services. More consumers are asking for these kind of services, and definitely, since our fixed cost remains the same, our revenue increases. So definitely, we see an increase in margin coming in.
All right. Let's get in a sense as to what the outlook is in terms of the acquisitions for the B2C business, because notably you have undertaken a number of them. How are you looking to further leverage your acquisitions in helping your revenue growth and maximizing returns?
Yeah, see, in the B2E services business, we did a EBITDA of 45 crores. Year before, we did a EBITDA of 30 crores. So we grew 50% in the e-service business. This company that we acquired, RDFLS Loan Solution, which is a 190 crore acquisition, we are acquiring 51% stake in the company. They did an EBITDA of 22 crores last year, which is expected to grow this year. Even in our e-service business, we've added a lot of new banks, like HDFC, Kotak, etc. We have started loan distribution business within e-services itself, where we did a good volume of lead generation. We are increasing our BC network. We are opening BLS stores. So definitely, organically as well as with this acquisition, we see good growth coming in the e-service business as well. And going forward, as we have achieved high EBITDA margins in international business, right now the base is small in this business, but going forward, we expect even the EBITDA margins of this business to grow further.
What about brokerages talking about how effective capital allocation is going to be quite critical? How do you plan to use your overall cash flow? What is the game plan?
So, see, we are a negative working capital business, and we get paid upfront for our services. Definitely, it's a cash-rich company, and as you have seen in the past, this is our third acquisition that we did of iData. 720 crores acquisition. So, majority of the chunk of the cash will be utilized in that. Then in e-services also, we announced another acquisition. Going forward, also, our aim is to further see good opportunities that we can buy at attractive valuation, that we can synergize with our existing business and operations and can increase the revenue potential and future scope. So definitely, the cash that we will be generating will be utilized in acquisition, in technology investments, in capex for rolling out more offices globally and getting more good quality people on board. So definitely, those are, and also we want to pay back to the shareholders. So if you see, our dividend has been increasing year on year as we grow in profits. So definitely we want to do whatever is best for the shareholders of the company.
All right. And, given the fact that you are one of the very few players holding a significant share in this space, the kind of dominance that you have is obviously one of the USPs in the total visa market. Give us a sense as to what the competitive intensity looks like and whether you're confident of, continuing to hold on to your market share.
See, definitely, if you see the contracts that we have been working with, we renewed our contract with the Indian Embassy in Canada this year, with the Spanish government last year. We won few contracts with Italian government, Hungary, Czech, Poland, Portugal, Germany. We acquired this company iData that also has won few new contracts. So the business that we have is intact. Now the competition, the kind of tenders that are coming out for renewal is all competition business. So we stand a good chance in winning certain market share from that. And definitely competition is intense. We are the only player that has been able to break the monopoly globally, of established companies. So definitely we feel that next few years, we will work hard to attain a higher market share.
All right. And what about, you've had a track record of acquisitions as well. We started off the interview by talking about that. What is the game plan on further acquisition? How will that help enhance your product offerings, entering new markets?
So we are, as I told you before, the cash flow that the company is throwing in the future, expected cash flow, we expect increase in profits. There definitely will be increased cash on the books. So we are aggressively looking at different acquisition opportunities in the same visa outsourcing technology field. From BLS e-service side, we are looking at the e-governance sector, and we feel as and when we get good opportunities, that can synergize with our existing business, help us to grow our existing business, help economies of scale to come in, increase profits and revenue of both the companies, help us in cost saving. So definitely we will be looking at future acquisitions as well.
All right, Shikhar, and before we let you go, any pearls of wisdom, being at the forefront of a company that has a pretty strong market share, a service that is widely used, and your stock has performed well? Do you want to share any advice on being at the helm of this company?
So no advice, I think to entrepreneurs and business owners is that always work for the benefit of the shareholders, and all the decisions have to be measured and strategically done. So although we have to focus on the growth of the company, but we also have to make sure that it is a profitable and consistent growth. So our objective is to grow consistently year on year, and not showcase growth one year and the next year the growth becomes subdued. So that is the objective of the company, and I think this is what all the entrepreneurs and businessmen should keep in mind. And we are a conservative company, and this is, we conserve cash.
All right, and I think that's going to be music to the ears of all the shareholders and investors, and of course, budding entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for joining in, Shikhar. It's been a pleasure interacting with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.